It's Paul Joseph Watson with Infowars.com. We're talking to geopolitical analyst and Syrian activist Mimi Alaham, otherwise known as Syrian Girl. Syrian Girl, welcome to the show.
Hi Paul, thanks for having me.
Now, of course, over the past month we've seen ISIS jihadists completely overrun the Iraqi military in many areas of the country. They've stolen this huge arsenal of military vehicles, weapons, including Stinger missiles. They've got chemical weapons. They've seized towns, committed atrocities, and now they're destroying mosques. So where did this group come from? Who's responsible for its expansion, and how did it become so powerful?
Well, actually, ISIS was formed in Iraq in 2007. It's one of its captured leaders, in fact, admitted that for the first year of its life, it solely existed on the internet. But that didn't stop most of the foreign media, especially Al Jazeera, Qatar's satellite TV station, from promoting their existence. The group was basically designed to crush any unity between Sunnis and Shias in Iraq so that the resistance would be divided and conquered, basically. Even, in 2003, we were then told that Iraq had Al-Qaeda already in it, that Al-Qaeda was operating in Iraq, but as we know, that was in fact a lie. There was no Al-Qaeda in Iraq until the US brought it there after the invasion. We were told in 2004 that Abu Musab al-Zarqawi was in Fallujah, even though no one had actually ever seen him there, and any Fallujan that was interviewed at the time said he's never made an appearance, and he's very much like a WMD. Abu Musab al-Zarqawi was the then leader of Al-Qaeda, which at the time didn't have the name ISIS or ISI or IS. So they referred to him as another WMD, basically something that is an invention just to create a pretext for war. And it was only by 2006 that this IS or ISIS group emerged, and pre-existing factions in Iraq, which were a resistance movement that were loosely unified, but were more nationalist-leaning, took ISIS in fact to be a threat, and at the beginning clashed with it. But ISIS proved too strong to squash. And that brings us to the question, why has ISIS emerged as the most powerful of all the groups? And you have to ask, first of all, is it possible that this could happen without a state backer? I think that, in my opinion, it is not. I think that there's definitely an organization that is backing this ISIS group. And if we look at who benefits the most, the introduction of the Maliki government after the fall of Iraq basically handed Iraq to Iran's influence. So it was largely influenced by a sort of an unholy alliance between the US and Iran, at the time. And now that this influence has overtaken the US's in the region, the obvious beneficiaries for the Maliki government to be destabilized and weakened and Iranian influence to be weakened also are the usual suspects: Saudi Arabia,